Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and today we are taking a look at Sam Sulek and Greg Doucette. And of course, this has everything to do with the popularity, the amount of views that I get for Sam Sulek videos as well as Greg Doucette videos. So I thought to myself, throw these two together and surely I'll get a lot of views, right? Well, it's not all about views. It also has to do with the fact that Greg is fixing to do a comparison between Sam Sulek and Mike Israetel. I just did a video on them too, and I am hoping, I got my fingers crossed, that Greg will give me a shout out and maybe, just maybe, he'll show that scene where I called Mike a great big chubby baby. I'm hoping that will get out there, you know, in the mainstream, because Greg is very mainstream. And he has helped me out with thousands and thousands of new subscribers. So yeah, and as far as Mike Israetel is concerned, I think he gets a kick out of me calling him a great big chubby baby. Maybe not, maybe he wants to choke me out. Which is possible. But having said that, this is not about making fun of anybody or this, that, or the other thing. It's about a comparison between these two finely tuned athletes and has nothing to do with me trying to get a couple of cheap laughs over a man baby. But having said that, I can also hear you guys now. But Mark's Max Muscle, this comparison makes no sense. Sam Sulek is classic and Greg was 212. My day is ruined. Okay, that's fair. But having said that, I just wanted to show this. This is Greg from the Toronto Super Show, I believe. He is superior to Sam Sulek. It is not even close in my estimation. This is a pro physique. Not a pro winning, but he is a pro 212 athlete, is Greg. He brought some solid condition. He is much shorter than Sam, but brings about the same type of muscle in the arms, things of that nature. But when you look at the separation in the quads, it's a different ballgame altogether. This is much like when I did the Larry Wheels versus Sam Sulek after he was competing for years and years. And I made a mistake. Larry Wheels did not earn his pro card. Greg Doucette is, in fact, he's a pro. Of course he's a pro. But anyway, this might make a little bit more sense to you fellers and fellacies. This is Greg Doucette competing in 2019 at the Niagara. Is this the Niagara? He got fourth. He's competing in the classic physique. So this is, he had to do the weight restrictions, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? These guys have similar vacuums, I guess. Well, they're both pulling vacuums. It's not a similar vacuum. Cancel that. Or just, never mind, I'll go back and delete it. But here's the thing. Greg, he is, he's no Methuselah here. But he's past his prime. He's a little bit older, is what I'm saying. And speaking from experience, as you get older, you younger fellers, you guys will learn. You just don't have as much. You're in good shape. Greg still got that separation in the quads. I mean, yeah, he'd probably still beat Sam Sulek. But for a Sam Sulek fan, which I am, hey, this guy just started. This is his first show, not a first pro show. This is his first show, period. So you gotta give him some slack. And we gotta cut Greg some slack too. Because he's in his 40s here. I don't know exactly how old. You're 49 now, Gregory? If I'm not mistaken? I'll be there in a few years. Here's the turn to the side. I do believe Sam Sulek, he takes either super duper, oh, he's awesome, he's the next Frank Zane, things of that nature. He takes super duper love, adulation, or on the opposite end, people get so upset because I understand there's guys, and not specifically, but there's guys like Trey Hulk, my Mark's Max Muscle champion, the champion that I crowned champion for my competition. That guy's just as good or better than Sam Sulek, I'll be honest with you. But he gets no press. And he's not the one out there complaining, but I'm sure there's some good bodybuilders just as good as Sam Sulek that get no press at all. It's because he's popular, guys. Let's face it. It's not his fault people like him. And it's only good for bodybuilding. Like doing comparisons like this are only good for Mark's Max Muscle. You do things that make you grow. Like I'm sure that all the bodybuilders don't do all the exercises that they love. They have to do some exercises in the name of growing. So sometimes I gotta call Mike Israel a great big chubby baby to get views. And hey, I'll pay for it. At one of those expos or something, Mike will come up behind me and he will tap me out. But he won't stop. Even though I tap, he won't stop. So if you're there, Greg, you gotta come help. Now here's Greg from the Toronto Super Show, 212. And is this his prime? Is this your prime, Greg? He looked pretty good throughout his career. Hey, hold on a second. Do you guys see that down by his calves? You see what happened? I edited another picture on top of this one. The feeder from Greg doing a hoo-ha. I do this one myself. And you know, it's pretty impressive when you look at Greg's hamstring, his glutes, things of that nature. He is on one other level altogether than Sam Sulek. Nice little transition, actually. Greg was always good at transitions. Let's watch Greg as he transitions. You forgot to get your bread. Now it's late. Let's have a look at the condition of these two dudes from behind, because I thought Sam Sulek brought a respectable level. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Is this a conditioned athlete? Well, I think it is. Greg Doucette, he is peeled all over. Not specifically the Christmas tree, much like Sam Sulek. That's like he's gifted like Paul Grant or Samir Banu. Yes, Paul Grant. He had a beautiful Christmas tree. If you look at the rest of the physique, hamstrings, glutes of Greg, he is peeled. Yes, I'm asking you to look at another man's glutes. And don't be gregoriously gregging your Doucette. It's a good saying, gregging your Doucette. That is hilarious. Whoa. Here's the back lat spread. And there will be no joking around. There'll be no poking fun at man babies or anything like that. Greg Doucette brought a serious back development. And still till this very day, he posts pictures on Instagram. His back, he could jump into a show right now and defeat people. You can see those pipes, hamstrings, good level of condition. And when you don't just accentuate the Christmas tree area itself, yeah, Greg, he's probably going to be a little bit too much. For our young friend, very young friend, Sam Sulek. What is he, 23s, baby, please? Greg's in his prime here. Here's a rear double by. And it's going to be the same situation here. Greg, very gifted in the back development, or he's gifted in the know-how to train that back. That could be too. It could be a combination of both. Ever think of that? Dieting, everything. It's all the whole package, as Arnold says. Oh, let's get fair, though. Let's get fair. Let's bring Greg in the classic physique division, weight restrictions, things of that nature, and you know what? It's going to be the same thing here. His back, like I said, pretty much as good as it was in his prime. Now, Sam does have some thickness up there, good upper back. Keep in mind, structurally speaking, he's a lot bigger than Greg. So, too, should be his back development. And that's basically what Samson Dauda had to do with the Derricks and the Hatties. He had to get bigger because you're taller. If you're not as big, then it just doesn't seem as impressive, does it? Here's the abs and thigh pose. Now, if we're going to get critical for Sam Sulek, which he's going to get a lot of people criticizing his physique, he has to get used to that. I'm sure he is by now, after having his channels, his videos that he's been putting out with multi-million views. But this is a different type of criticism that he will get. People will seriously be all over him. Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. He will. He'll get the separation in the quads that he needs to compete with the fellerses that do. Like Greg Doucette. Now, the abs and thigh for Greg here at the the Niagara, it's almost as good, maybe even better than it was in his prime, because it's an abs and thigh shot. Your abs are just as peeled or more peeled, especially Greg was dieting for the classic physique. So for a pose like this, the abs and thigh, to be shredded out of your mind is your best bet. So classic physique abs and thighs, that's why they look so good. And to be thick, full, it favors your most musculars, your side chests, perhaps, as long as you don't have a bucket of chicken down there. But anyway, when all the smoke is cleared, at the end of the day, Sam Sulek, Greg Doucette, I don't think either one of them are ever going to win a Sandow medal, especially Greg. He's even older than me, so I don't think he's going to win a Sandow. You never know with Sam Sulek. But I think classic physique would be more of a direction for this man. And at this point, he just competed once. Once! And he looks pretty good. He doesn't suck. A lot of people are going to say, oh, he sucks. Because he is being put in positions where they're comparing him with Phil Heath, Chris Bumsteads, things of that nature, which we will probably take a look at some point in time. But I think that we should just sit back and watch this career of Sam Sulek unfold. And sure, Greg's beating him in his prime. But we have not even scraped the surface of this long-haired fellow, and I hope he grows his hair longer back just to bug people. Just to bug people. Wouldn't that be funny? Well, maybe not. You don't want to tick off the judges. Hit thumbs up on the video. And sorry, Mike Israetel, for calling you a great big pillowy soft, marshmallowy and puddin' soft too. And back in 2013, I mean, what were you thinking? Cereal? Ice cream, probably. Who do you think you are, Vince Taylor? Anyway, have a great one.